get Jen to give them more. Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha from wisdomseekers.net. And we're not on Friday. We're not on Friday because my daughter was called away to help with her sister and her children. And I can't do this without her help. And I was also feeling a little under the weather, so I didn't reach out and ask for anybody to help me. So today I feel fine. And this is the hi. This is well, that's my daughter, but this is the energy for the week. So the first card I pulled was control. Hi, Marna. I'm not sure if what exactly they mean by control. There's two forms of control, and we'll come back to that as we read. So the first card I've got is the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords, well, it doesn't look very good, does it? But that's the base card. But if you notice, all the swords are in the back, and he's heading towards the light. So it's basically the energy of chaos and coming to an end. You're not going to be... Hi, Annabelle. It's a long time. It's the energy of chaos. It's coming to an end. Things, they might still have the slings and arrows, but they're in the back and they're in the past and they're going to stop. Then we pull the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles is basically about holding still. Don't go forward. Don't move. Don't do anything for the moment, because things are happening behind the scenes, and you're not yet enlightened to all that's happening. So the two cards together, they don't look great, but they actually promise. They actually promise that things are coming to a head and are going to improve, because the card that comes up afterwards is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is having worked hard, done your job, run the race, and you're happy with what's happening in your life situation. So that means that we're coming to a place of shifting and changing, but we have to be patient first. And then we get the Justice card, or I like to call it my light worker card, where justice is going to start to prevail. It sounds like it's going to be a really super busy week coming up, starting from right today, Sunday to Sunday. And but the Justice card cuts away that which is no longer necessary. It cuts away all the dross. It cuts away the dead energy. It also promises that, see, look at the forehead. It looks like either a plume of energy coming in, or it looks like a plume of a feather, but it's basically highlighting the third eye. It's suggesting that things are going to start to shift and change for you physically. You're going to be more aware. You're going to rely on people like me less and trust yourself more. And what's coming up is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is a lot of spiritual help, a lot of changing, lots of mutation, not mutation, mutating the energy, shifting the energy, taking what is and making it something else, but in a positive way. It's transformation, but in a positive way. Lots of memories coming back, and these are not necessarily memories of this lifetime. It can be memories from other lifetimes, and so you're remembering. You're beginning to know things, and the dragon stands out for me. And for me, a dragon means spiritual knowledge. And yes, I know what the mythology is around dragons. I have to go with the mythology I know from my personal experiences with dragons. They are wise. They are funny, but they are wise. And so this is a card of wisdom coming up, and that is this week. To add to the be patient, don't move card, we get the tower. And when the tower happens, you don't want to be moving. You do not want to be in motion. You want to be standing still and carefully standing still, not standing still in the middle of a highway. So, for example, you want to be standing still in a very quiet place so you can observe what is happening. The tower card, in my estimation, I like the tower card because it takes away old belief systems, throws them out the window, again cutting away the dross, and you coming back and you have new beliefs. See there, see right there, can you see that? It looks like sperm, new birthing of energy, lots of raw energy in its form that you can take and utilize and shape with the new birthing. Allow yourself to change. This is the King of Swords. Allow yourself to take the change and shift, but do it consciously. Don't just go, okay, I'm going to change and let's see what happens. Do it consciously, because sometimes the change is not necessarily good. This is going to be a week of up and down and around and about, because the next card is the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is the wish card. So please, everybody who watches this, make a wish, make it for yourself, make it good, make it grand, because again, we have another shift or change card. So this is not going to be an easy week for anybody. It promises to be a good week, but it also promises to be a tough week. And tough does not necessarily mean bad. It just means difficult. Pamper yourself as often as you can. Take your time to just pull in. Take the me time. Don't allow yourself to fall into frustration, because things are shifting and changing right now. And if you're one of the people where you're sitting there and you're watching the world go by and you're frustrated because nothing's shifting and changing for you and you want different, it's there. Just be patient. And that's the patient card. And the card that comes after this should be the last one, but I probably will not leave it as the last one, is the Empress. So things are coming to a head. And what we're heading towards is the fundamental shift in consciousness, so that we have everybody has the right to equality. Everybody has the right to have sufficient. And when I say sufficient, that doesn't mean a roof over your head that has a hole in it. I mean a roof over your head that is sturdy and strong, food that's in a fridge that works, knowing you're going to have food in the week to come, and a place to stay. Sufficient is not just enough to barely survive. Sufficient is to survive and thrive. And that's where we want to shift things out for people. It is time for us to create a change. It is time to look back and say, yeah, it's time to move on. And we have the Fool. And the Fool means that life is coming to a brand new beginning. We may not know how to traverse that new beginning, but we are supported, we are looked after. And allow yourself to be looked after. It is perfectly all right. So the control is not to be controlled by others. The control is to allow yourself to be aware of many different factions and positions you could choose. And standing back, and that is the part where you come into control, standing back and acting, not reacting. That is your control. And when you do that, healing begins. Okay. I cannot promise I will be on for a long time today, but I will do the best I can. And because, like I said, I was not feeling very good the other day, and I am better, but I don't want to. I don't want to fall back. Hi, Lily.
Mama B starts us off with, "Will I see Michael next month?"
Next month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's top of his list at the moment. Things can change and shift, but at this moment, I don't think that's a high probability.
Lori Dotson says,
Hey,
"Hello,
Lori.
Sending love and light to you and yours and everyone. So happy you are here."
I've missed talking to you, Lori. You're one of the people I always think about when I go on, hoping you're going to be on.
Naomi C asks, "How does the Libra man M feel about me?"
Libra man?
Yeah, M.
Yeah. Indecisive. Well, sounds like a Libra. He hasn't said no, and he hasn't said yes. He's not 100% sure what he wants to do yet. So don't make any rash decisions at the moment. And he's a Libra. Probably going to take him a while to figure it out. Because he doesn't dislike the idea. He doesn't like the idea. He's sort of in neutral at the moment, and it feels like a neutral that's caused because he cannot make up his mind. I mean, it's not like there's a big secret or mystery to it. He's just unfortunately being a Libra.
Annabelle says, "Hi, Eliz-sha." Lola C asks, "Will I ever be in a relationship with Anton?"
I don't think that is high on his wish list. I wouldn't waste my time. I would go looking for something else somewhere else. Okay. Did we?
Oh, sorry. Sharon Stone asks, "How does the Cancer man feel about me? He lives down the hill from my mom's house."
The Cancer man?
Yeah.
So it's his birthday month. I don't think he's thinking about you in the way you're thinking you want him to think, but not because you're not somebody he'd be interested in. It's just his mind hasn't gone that direction yet. So you want him to know that you're interested. You're going to have to let him know you're interested. Unfortunately, that's just the way he works. He's not dumb, but when it comes to women, he's kind of obtuse.
Night Diamonds says, "Good afternoon to all. Hi, Eliz-sha and Elle."
Hi, all.
Patricia Scone says, "Same back to you, Lori. Hope your world is good." Lena Mutaneska asks or says, "Hello, beautiful ladies. Great to see you again. Hope you are feeling happy."
We're happy, yes. I'm happy. I'll tell you a story, though. The reason Elle's voice is so far away is because she didn't want to move. Because yesterday she was walking the dog.
I had a fight with gravity.
She lost. Big time. She did a all points landing. Nose, lip, boobs, elbow, wrist, hand, knee. Not her foot, though.
Or my glasses.
Or her glasses, thank God, or her phone. Her
Well,
phone
minor
had a little
damage.
bit of a, but it can be it's the thing on top, the protector, so it
The
can be
screen protector.
replaced. So yeah, that's why she's sitting way over there
I did a literal face plant
on cement.
on cement. And my only reaction was, ow.
Yeah.
Hi, Jelly Bean.
And Jessie was with her, and or Jelly Bean, and she just looks and said, "What are you doing on the ground, Mom? Mom, what you doing on the ground?"
Georgie Warwat with a 600 rupees.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's the symbol for rupees. I apologize if that's not. I don't know my currency symbols very well.
Well, I can't tell from here. I can't see, but
She asks, what's coming in love for me this month?
okay, that should be an interesting one, actually.
Okay, cool. It's rupees.
Cool. Actually, this month, but let's extend it to the next 20 days. I see you being very happy. I don't know if it's I'm not 100% sure how, but it's just like something's happening for you, and I see you extremely happy, and people congratulating you. So something wonderful is coming your way, because it looks like your family are all delighted for you. Okay.
Jennifer Ayala? Sorry.
Ayala, is that
Ayala?
Spanish?
I don't know. It might be. Says, how will my mom feel about me dating A?
I think your mom doesn't like it when you date anybody. It's my feeling. I don't think it matters if he's a good person or not. I think your mom is particularly picky, and so you're just going to have to accept. I mean, she's going to find reason for, and it's because she loves you. You know, moms are like that. Nobody's quite good enough for their child. But yeah, I think she'll find reasons why, and they might actually be valid reasons, but not necessarily correct reasons, that she doesn't care for that person. So don't. You have to go on what you feel. You have to go in your heart. Okay, and it's just because she does care.
Georgie Warwat with another 300 rupees says, thank you. Smiley face, heart.
I really hope it's what I think it is, because, well, that's obviously you're really, really pleased with the with what it's going to be.
Tari Avalos says, hello. Hope you are fine. Do you see improvement happening between Arthur and me?
So he does. He does want things to improve. He wants to communicate with you. His idea of communication and your idea of communication, I don't think are exactly the same, but he wants to sit down and communicate with you. So if you can, maybe ask him out for a coffee date. I think women are allowed to do that now, aren't they? Say, hey, how about we go for coffee? So ask him out for a coffee date. Be ready to listen. What he has to say may not be what you want to hear, but if you want things to go forward, you're going to have to hear what he has to say. And if it's not what you want to hear, then you know what to do. You move forward and move on. Okay?
Ana Cortez asks, is the Scorpio man G involved with someone else?
I got a really strong no.
Lena Montanesca asks, any messages about Taurus man? Thank you.
So, Tauruses are really stubborn. And I don't know what's gone down between the two of you, but he's got his stubborn hat on. And I'm not sure what's going to shake that stubborn out. But before you can move forward, you're going to have to deal with the stubborn in that man. And so good luck with that.
Lori Dustin says, I've been having tingling in my head. I can't explain it. Headaches and sleeping a lot.
Energy shift.
Patricia Scohen says, I think it is the eclipse, which same thing.
Yep. Energy shift. The tingling in your head probably around this point right here. So it goes down in here. So it's probably your third eye is doing some opening up. Sleeping is the best thing you can do, honestly. So the more you sleep right now, the more it will move on its own. I would recommend black cherry juice, turmeric, white aspen. I wouldn't recommend you go with unless you just can't handle it anymore. I wouldn't recommend that you try the over-the-counter brands, but if you can get the natural ways of dealing with inflammatory, then I would then try that, because it will hinder you less. It'll hinder your growth less by using natural. Okay.
Megan McCarthy asks, hello, lovely ladies. What do I need to know about me and Jake?
I think he's really taken with you. I think he still would like to romance you a bit. And that means he's still trying to win you, which let him romance you, but never let him win you. Always make him want to be the one that does always allow him to romance you. And the way that works, men like to know that what they've got is valuable. So if he has to keep working for you, then he knows you're valuable. And that's what I'm recommending, that you allow yourself to be valuable. And never quite the one that does the heavy lifting. Men are happier when they think they've got something of value, and as I said, working for it constantly. Then they figure you're valuable.
Lori Dotson says, I will not engage with people who are negative. They will try to push buttons, lol. At least I feel.
Oh, of course they will, especially right now when people are so afraid. And right now, there's so many people afraid, and they will try to push buttons so that they feel better.
B. Erla says, hi,
Hey, B.
Eliz-sha and L. Lily Dillo asks, hello, ladies. How are you? I made an interview for a job and I didn't get it. Any feedback, even negative from them? Get any feedback? I didn't get any feedback or negative, even negative from them. Felt very offended. Any insight on work energy? Guess I will go to another position soon.
Yes, she's going to. She already knows that.
She says, guess I will.
Oh, guess. I thought you said yes. Yes, she will go to another position soon. So that is a given. That job that you offended about, be happy you didn't get it, because they would have been, well, if they were rude enough not to comment back, then you know exactly what kind of people they're going to be. So just be glad they were that people, and you didn't get the job. Something is coming up, and it looks good. It looks I see you happy with the idea. I see you very happy with the presentation that's coming, and you were talking about maybe branching out, and it might be something that's slightly different from what you've done in the past. So, but it's something that you're excited about, and that's the important thing, is that you're excited about learning this or experiencing this, and you're excited about so basically what I've been told just now is that you had to wait for this long for the world to get to the place where it's at, because where you're going, well, first of all, you had to expend a lot of energy helping the world move forward from where it has been. But now your job is shifting and changing, and now you're going to be helping the world move forward, but from a different perspective. So I think things are, when you look back, you'll understand what's happening, but living it is a bit of a pain in the butt. But you're going to be very happy shortly with a job. So I assume it's a job, but I know you're going to be very happy shortly, and things are going to go well for you. Okay.
Random says, hello, first time catching a live vid here. A friend recommended this, by the way.
I saw that you signed up. I thought, what a cool name.
Keisha W asks, hello, what do you see for me in love?
Keisha. So there's something interesting. You know how I'm always nagging at people to start loving yourself before you love, and before you go out and find another love. We've been doing that. You've been working on yourself. You've been shifting and changing, and now you're ready to accept and receive love on a very cool level. So I believe that somebody's coming in for you. Don't judge. If you really can't stand the person, then walk away. But if it's not your usual style, but he's okay, go out on a few dates. You may be totally surprised, because I think you've changed and you don't know what that your style of guy has changed. Okay.
Megan McCarthy says, yes, a thriving society.
I think so.
D Sparks says, I have missed you, Eliz-sha. Hope you are doing well. I feel that a shift is coming for myself. Is there any guidance from spirit moving forward?
Well, I don't know if this is a help or not, but the guys go, yeah, really big shift for you. And they said they will be there with you every part of the way. They're kind of laughing about it. So I think the shift, and this is usual. I mean, I've noticed it happens over and over again in shifts. People shift, but they're expecting it to be one way, and it isn't. Well, your shift is not going to be where you expect it to be. It's actually going to be better than you expect it to be, and I highly recommend you sort of go with the flow as much as possible. But just know that your shift is really powerful. It's very positive, and it's nothing like you expect.
Patricia Scone asks, any messages for me, Eliz-sha? Hope you and Elle are well. Yes, we should be grateful for all things. I can feel a new world.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to a new world. So I told the story of my daughter face planting. And they're suggesting that things are going to happen for you where you're going to feel a little like you did a face plant. But like my daughter, you're going to get up and move on and kind of giggle about it. It's going to be a bit of a shock, but it's not. It's more of a, well, kind of expected that energy when you stop and think about it. So something's going to happen. It's, and you might be able to bypass this because of just listening to me talk, but something's coming, and it's not a big deal. It just feels like a big deal at the time. Okay.
Higher Guidance 77 says, hello, it's Dylan from UK.
Hi.
Megan McCarthy says, glad you're feeling better, but definitely look after yourself. So important.
Thank you. Yes.
Erica Brooks John says, blessings. I pray for health and strength for you both.
Yeah. So my daughter has some really beautiful bruises.
And road rash. Don't forget the road rash.
Yep.
It brightens the red in the bruises.
She does have beautiful, her nose is red.
It's the least affected part of my body.
But it's really cute. You look like Rudolph.
Where was I? Lori Dotson says, it's nice to see you. No question today. Sending healing to you, dearest Eliz-sha. You need to just relax today. No reason to say sorry. You need healing too. Sometimes I just need a little bit of a break. That's true. Higher Guidance 77 says, can I ask some advice about picking up on energies? I have different dimensions, mostly 5D.
I don't quite understand that question. But when you said picking up, I thought you were going to ask about picking up a guy, and I haven't done that in like 30 years. I'm way out of practice. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, but just what I do is I don't put a limit on what I've got, and you put a limit on it as 5D. Don't put a limit on it as 5D. It might not be 5D. It might be 6 or 7. And listen to what your heart says rather than your brain. Your brain can come in and fill in afterwards, but your heart is the one that you really want to pay attention to. Definitely know you're definitely flying high energetically. You really have an ability to deal with it. No fear. Don't ever, especially when you're in the energies, don't go into fear. Whenever I travel, I take one of my guides with me, at least one of my guides, but mostly they all want to come along because they just like that kind of energy. They like to do and move. So I would recommend you ask for a dragon. They are the best no fear creatures I've ever met. And they have a wonderful sense of humor. And I don't think I've ever run into anybody in the universe that's not going to bow down and say, "Yeah, you're right," to a dragon. So find ask for a dragon to go with you, and the dragons absolutely adore working in the energies. They're wonderful. They're protective. They're caring. They're good. You have to ask their permission. You have to ask them to help you. Just because of the laws of the universe, not because they won't do it otherwise. But the fact is, it's the no fear that is the most important thing for you to remember. No fear, because you're going to run into things that you've never seen before. You're never dealt with. It doesn't fit in with what you know, and that's that's part of traveling in the energies. But get yourself a dragon, and as a general rule, you get to name them, mostly because, as they said very politely to me one day, there's no way in heaven and earth that you could pronounce our names, because their names go in and out of our hearing range and our verbal range. So you get to name them, and you get to have fun with them. And personally, ask them to go for a ride above the clouds. That is one of the pleasures of flying with a dragon.
B. Erla asks, may I know if things are over between Jeff and I? Thank you, dear Eliz-sha and Elle.
I would love to say yes, but I can't. The energy is there's still energy between the two of you. Whether it's the same energy as you had before, I think it's shifted a bit, but there's still something there. There's still something powerful there that hasn't been finished yet. So take your time and do it with love. It's very, very important that whatever you do with Jeff is done with love. Whether it's to say goodbye or shift or change in your relationship, do it with love. I don't know why, but it's extremely important. Okay.
Maria Herrera asks, hello, both of you. Any messages from Spirit? Thank you. Blessings.
So your mom comes in right away, and she wants you to know that that things are shifting for you, and there's a change coming for you, and it's going to be a positive change. And and it appears that you will have less stress in your life, and it's coming soon. And your mother's quite delighted with you, and she shows me something, and I translate it as apple pie. I doubt it's actually apple pie. It's probably a dish that your mother made with apples. But for me, I don't know. It translates to me as apple pie. I think it was a childhood. I think it was a childhood dish that you really liked a lot, and it's meant to send you comfort. Okay.
Celestial asks, hello, ladies. How to find my way in life? Thank you. Step forward.
You're just going to have to trust your heart, not your mind. Trust your heart. And sometimes you just have to throw the dice up in the air and trust that it's going to land where you want it. We're in a place that's really good. And as my daughter said, step forward.
Joe Fermino asks, hello, darling. Any messages for me?
So it seems like you either have just made or you're going to be making quite a dramatic shift in your life, and basically all they're saying is it's all right, go for it.
Cafu, a girl asks, hello, beautiful, gorgeous ladies. Is my Capricorn partner and I going to progress to the next level in our relationship?
I got just simply yes. So good luck with that.
Megan McCarthy asks, says, okay, thank you so much. Such great advice. Random says, I hope you're all safe and healthy. I also hope you'll get well soon. Is it okay to ask about energy readings?
Oh yeah. Energy is actually what I do more than anything. I'm really good with energy. I just not exactly, but I need a little more. What do you mean by it?
Lori Dotson says, I need to go. I promised to take my grandson fishing. I miss you ladies so much. But Ronan says, namaste. Namaste. I love you guys.
Oh, I'll go catch a really nice fish.
Yes.
It's one of my memories from childhood that I really enjoy is fishing.
Mm-hmm. Lily Dulo says, thank you a lot. The general energies are deeply shifting, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Keisha W says, yes, so true. Thank you. Jin Singh asks, can you see any love around me or any fun?
Any fun? I like that. So I'm going to be a bit of a nag right now, and I apologize deeply for what I'm about to say. But every time you get a chance for fun, you kind of put up a shield and say, "Yeah, nope, not going to go there." So what I'm going to suggest very strongly is that you allow yourself Allow yourself to simply live in the moment. Don't go, okay, but that's not what I was expecting. That's not what I want. And the universe is not going to provide you with what you want. It's going to provide you with what is good for you. And right now, actually, fun is on the agenda. So don't say no, say yes, because all along the way you have the right to say no whenever you want, but get out there and have fun. And while you're having fun, love is going to sneak up on you and it's going to tap you on the shoulder. And it won't happen unless you're out having fun. So don't say no to fun. Don't put a shield up to fun. Okay? And then,
Megan McCarthy says, feel better, Elle. Brie Erla says, Rudolph. Oh my. Actually, I've had a couple of people ask me if I've been mugged.
She looks pretty bad.
Where are we? Patricia Scowen says, I can well believe that Eliz-sha don't know what is going to hit me next. Hopefully I will bypass it. If not, I will laugh like Elle and our bruises will heal.
But it is actually, it's a full face plant sort of thing, but it's not important. Which is, I know that's an oxymoron, but it isn't important. It just feels like it's important at the time. But remember what I said, not important.
D Sparks says, a great blessing to be here with everyone today. Elle, stay straight and thank you so much. That's assuming.
She did say straight. That's why she did a full body plant. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that one.
No, that was better than my joke. Patricia Scowen says, I'm a Chinese dragon, and the dragon is the emblem of Wales, is supposed to be very lucky.
I love dragons.
Higher guidance.
As you can see, I do love dragons.
Yep, me too. We're obsessed. Patricia's higher guidance 77 says, thank you. Energies come to me. I don't have to go traveling.
I would still get a dragon.
Yep.
Not only are they protection, they're kind of fun. They have very, how do I say this? They have very fertile minds.
I have no comment.
But they will get you into mischief.
Tell me about it. The Airless says, thank you so much, Eliz-sha and Elle. Ginseng says, LOL, yes, I've been celebrating for years.
Good.
And good advice. Thank you. Patricia Scowen says, let's all have a good week, people.
Yeah, I think it's going to be it's a week where we want to maybe pay attention to what's happening around us and be very aware of what's happening around us and try really hard to stay out of the limelight this week.
Maria Herrera says, thank you very much, both. I think it was her who sent a white feather across my path when I was taking Gohan for his walk this morning, and many blessings.
Oh, cool.
Random ends us with, this might be weird to ask from another person, but how am I energy-wise? I don't know if that...
Oh, yeah, no, I've had that question before.
Or it's my season or others, but I felt something different.
The energy is shifting and changing, and if you're attuned and you've been drawn to this station, YouTube's whatever they're called, then you're generally on the path. Let me have a look at your energy. So your energy is in the midst of shifting and changing. It does feel at the moment a tiny bit chaotic, but that's because part part has opened up and part has stayed closed. This is it's because it's not a negative thing, because this part, okay, your crown chakra is really clear, but you've got areas that are needing cleansing, and it's not even on the chakras, it's like in your aura. Things, it could be partially part of it might be that there has been some health issues, and that has slowed you down from it's hindered you from and so you're very clear in your crown chakra. I'm going to suggest you go to the earth chakras, base chakras, the first and the second, clear those out. Go into the earth, pull up the earth energy, and make sure that you ground the crown chakra with earth chakra. The reason is, if you don't, then you become chaotic, you become lost, and you become unpredictable. It's sort of, you need more grounding. And once you do the grounding, the other energies that have been holding you in place, which are darker, they will have fulfilled their mission, and you will find that there are areas you couldn't look into before that you can look into now, and you'll understand why they didn't move. One of them, I suspect, is money issues. Why didn't it move? Well, because you needed to be grounded, and you're not consciously doing, and you may consciously be doing grounding, but you're not consciously doing the grounding that is most effective for you. And that would be that you want to ground with the earth energy, not, so ground with the earth energy, become and it's very simple. You just go down into the ground, go down to the center, pull up the energy of the earth, the clean energy, take the old energy that you've got and release it to the earth, let her handle it, and bring up fresh energy. It should have sort of like a tinge of green to it. Well, that's how I see it anyhow. And make sure it mixes with the crown energy. And it's very important that it mix with the crown energy.
So Moonfeather, as I was reading out the question, pops up and says, I am really late, so I understand if you aren't able to get to this, but I was wondering if it's truly over between Gemini and I, please and thank you.
It's close to over. There's still a few things that have to be dealt with. So it makes it a little difficult. The reason that it's happening is he didn't keep up to the vibration that you're vibrating at. So even though it probably hurts, I would take it as ultimately a blessing, because it opens up a space for somebody else to come in who will vibrate closer to who you are. And though he did for many years or for a long time vibrate to who you are, you're no longer that person, and it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing. It's just that's the way it is, unfortunately, and I apologize. but you're going to be okay with it. I promise you, you're going to be okay with it in a short while.
Chandra Walker says, hello, good vibes to you both. Why am I seeing crazy horse spirits lately?
Crazy horse spirits?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
Horses that have gone crazy.
Yeah, I think it's because horses are a symbol of power. They're also a symbol of self, of being able to be in control of your own self. And if their horses are a little bit crazy, maybe you're not trusting yourself enough to. Maybe you're not trusting yourself enough to. So, are you fighting it? Are you not the boss of yourself? So think about that, because it's a very important question. Because you want to be the one who's in charge of your life, not whims.
The warrior crazy horse.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. Okay, again, crazy horse was an exceptionally spiritual human being. He was also extremely good warrior, and knew how to he knew how to he knew how to lead. And I think what's happening is that something's happening in your life where you need a warrior spirit who's very spiritual, which you've got. And same thing applies, actually. Trust his energy, trust your own energy. And that's something that's very difficult, right? Is to trust your own energy. But know that that what you're doing, it's a what you're dealing with right now has to do with and I don't like to phrase it this way, but it's like I don't want to phrase it that way. Let me think for a minute so I can rephrase it. So, okay, you are a spiritual warrior, which means you're a leader in the vanguard of what's happening spiritually. It is going to take you places that very few people have gone. If you can do this with courage and no fear, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Not courage so much, but no fear. Then you will succeed very well. And Crazy Horse was anything but crazy. He was very wise. He's very smart, very spiritual, and just feel confident that you are a spiritual warrior, and just follow his lead. It's not making much sense.
I think for her it is.
Okay, that's good, because I mean, it's an honor to have crazy horse as a guide, especially when you're dealing with circumstances that don't make sense around you.
So we have time for one more question.
I am starting to flag, yes.
Tarot Master says hi.
Hi.
And we will end with Yasmin Fox. It's been about an hour, and that's usually when we stop.
Yeah, it's about my limit nowadays.
So Yasmin Fox asks, hey, what is the message from my guardian angel for me? Thank you.
Message. I guess I'm still hooked into before, because it basically what they said is keep up the good fight, and basically your guides are there with you, for you, and around you. So I guess basically what they're saying is know that you're not alone, and that things are progressing the way they're supposed to. Okay, that's about basically all I've got right now.
All right. So we're sorry we didn't get to your questions.
We'll try and be back next Friday.
Yeah.
It's just my daughter had to help her sister with with my grandkids, and I can't do this on my own.
And it's been an hour. Again, we stop at an hour.
Because I can't. After an hour, I don't believe. I start to feel that what I'm getting is suspect. I don't trust it as well, because my energy starts to go down.
We also have other things to do. But ring the bell for notifications, subscribe, like, share, and we'll get back to you next time.
And like I said, I'll try very hard to be here around 11 on Friday.
Random ends us off with thank you so much, Eliz-sha. I find that name interesting and creative, to be honest, and it does resonate, especially when you emphasize on the grounding. And I find the thing that you're doing hypnotic and comforting. What are you making, Mother?
Oh, just a necklace. I make jewelry, and I just make jewelry. So, and it's not quite ready, but it's just a little, just a little, whatever. Because the little ones are kind of fun to make. Because they're fiddly. I also make wands, the necklace wands. And with you're trying to get a man's attention, they do actually get a man's attention. Maybe not the way you want. But, yep, I've had a few men comment, even at my age. But I just make things because, well, I go a little crazy with I just sat here and
we talk with our hands way too much.
Yeah, and I just, and all this is for sale, actually. I just really lazy about getting it up on the website. But yes.
It's slowly getting there. Anyhow.
Very slowly. I'm lazy. Like I say, I don't like, it's the writing part. I don't want to do the writing part. I can take the photographs. So namaste, and it's been a blast. Namasko.
Bye, everybody.
And I'll see you next week.